Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dead Mall Walking. On a recent trip to the US, I filmed 10 malls and retail curiosities. So you might wonder why I'm not starting with one of those, rather than one that I actually ran out of time to visit. The Oviedo Mall, formerly the Oviedo Marketplace, in Oviedo, Florida. When I came across some footage of someone whizzing around the mall on one of those animal scooters that all dead malls seem to have, I couldn't resist trying to do something with it. But I didn't immediately understand why some people talk so passionately about this place, which is a one-story mall clocking in just under 1 million square feet. Sure, it has some great palm trees inside, but we're in Florida, there are palm trees everywhere. So there must have been something else that I was missing, and I wanted to try to figure out what it was. There's no denying that there's some interesting stuff going on in here, like the fact that it's home to the last remaining B. Dalton bookseller in the US, and a controversial ad that may or may not feature someone giving shoppers the middle finger. But other than that, this place seemed to have a typical mix of local businesses and dead mall staples. Claire's, Bath & Body Works, GameStop. Although there's no GNC. Something terrible must have happened. The food court seemed pretty standard to me too, populated mostly by Panda Express and Sparrow knockoffs. But the more you look into this mall, beyond B. Dalton's and Flipping the Bird, the more quirky stores and stories you dig up. Like how students from the nearby University of Central Florida used to literally hang out at, and reportedly hook up at, the construction site of the mall before it was even built. In his great video on Ovideo Mall for Wacky World, Jim O'Rear even called this place the strangest mall in Florida. And that's not to mention the vintage neon upstairs in the Regal cinemas that you could so easily miss if you didn't look up. Ultimately, the way you see a mall and the way you feel about it is all down to perspective, and it can be tricky to get that when you haven't spent time in the mall, or zoomed around it on an animal scooter when it's completely empty, which we'll be taking a look at soon.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while. You could miss it.
This project was a tough one because I was using footage that isn't my own, and aside from making it clear how much of a control freak I am, it reminded me that every mall is home to 1 million stories. So if this video doesn't feel like enough of a love letter to all the quirks of Oviedo Mall, it's because, in this case, those stories aren't mine to tell. So I end this video with a plea. Take your friends to your childhood mall. Take photographs. Shoot videos. Tell your stories about the place. Because when we stop doing that, those stories disappear. And when they do, there's no getting them back. Plus, the rest of us might end up seeing the place in a whole new way. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider leaving a like if you enjoyed it. I'll be back soon with videos of the malls I filmed while I was out in the US, so be sure to subscribe for those. As always, my Instagram and Patreon are linked in the description below. Until next time, goodbye from the Ovideo Mall.